Alright, I'm a self-confessed computer geek, and what really gets me, I used to play a game called Warcraft 3. I'm sure many of you heard of it. And I don't know why, but most of the players on there, also Dawn of War fucking multiplayer chat, I just find that people shout obnoxious, horrible, racist comments. I mean, if you ever disagreement with someone on there, it usually ends up either in using a derogatory term for blacks, or a racist remark, some kind of slur, sexism maybe. And I'm just like, is this how gamers are portrayed? Overly hyper aggressive kids who've got nothing better to do than shout abuse, which, you know, at the end of the day, if they really knew what the meaning was, would they really still say it? It just really bugs me. Bugs me to hell. I mean, I'm guilty of flaming myself, but I direct the comments at them, and I do not generalise to the greater public. You know what I mean? Regardless of race, age, whatever, it's against them. So like if they TK me, I'll be like, oh, you noob or something like that. I won't be like, oh, you blah blah racist comment here. It's just, I don't see the point. I thought we got all past that. It fucking does my head in sometimes. You're having a good game, and then some idiot comes on and starts flaming his ass off because, oh, you killed him. It's just like, well, you should be more careful in future, you know? I mean, my favourite game at the moment is Quake Enemy Territory. I live and swear by it. I mean, I've got put a couple of Quake tattoos on my arm. Got one there, and then I've got Quake 2 just there. Yeah, I know, quite sad, but I like it. Another thing I hate about some games, no, don't get me wrong, I love games. I think they're the best thing ever created, for the computer anyway. OS. Apart from RedTube, that's quite cool. Anyway, but the main point is, one of the other bad things about computer games, you get these, it's on Quake specifically, and on other games, you get, I'm sure you all know of a term called stacking. If you don't, my definition of stacking is when all the pros go on one team, and all the noobs get stuck on the other. And then you get a couple of pros on one team, and then you get like 12 on the other, let's say. And obviously, who do you think is going to win? And then you say, teams are unbalanced, can somebody please change it? Do they respond? No, they're playing the, oh, if we're silent, they might shut up and go away. It's like, no, I said it because, and so did everyone else, I play for the underdog. If there's a team that looks like it's going to go down, I'll fucking go on that team. I'll try my best. I might do an objective or two, but there's only so much one guy can do. Check out Killers666, that's me. I'm on Quake Enemy Territory stats, if you want to check out my stats. I'm not number one, but I'm in the top 1,000. I think I'm around 600 or something like that. But, oh, it does my head in sometimes. Well, yeah. Just what I think. Is there anything else that bothers me about computer games? Well, apart from the flamers and the so-called pros, that if they were so pro, they'll go on to other teams and make a challenge for themselves rather than just slaughtering a bunch of newbies. Oh, right, that brings me on to another bloody topic, yeah? Noobs, yeah? We're all noobs at one point, yeah? But when I got into Quake, I was straight in there, you know, top player. You know what I mean? And then you get these people where you're shooting them, and, you know, you're shooting them in front of them, and they'll just charge at you. And they won't even shoot you. Or you're getting that they just walk about right in the middle of the conflict. It's just like, look around you, please. Or they TK you because they've got the idiots fucking use a rocket launcher inside, let's say. It's just like, oh god. And obviously they're making us look bad. And obviously it's a morale drain if you've got a noob on your team. But I mean, of course I was a Quake noob at one point, but as I say, I was born to play FPS, I love it. But you get some people who just haven't learned, you know. I mean, they should play single player FPSs for a while and then progress onto multiplayer, because it's a definite change. I mean, Counter-Strike, oh god. Counter-Strike, oh, don't get me started on that. But we'll be here forever talking about Counter-Strike, because there's so much shit about that. But generally, I love computer games, don't get me wrong, I love them. FPSs, RTS, a few RPGs, and that's about it really. But yeah, I just thought I'd have a rant about the problems with some games. But generally, computer games are fucking fantastic. I live and die by them. In fact, I did a petition against people, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but you know when Doom 3 was going to be released in the UK, there was people not wanting it to be released because of all the satanic imagery. There's hardly anything in it. I mean, yeah, then the beings teleport in, there's a pentagram on the floor. So what? That's not necessarily related to anything directly with Satan, really. I mean, do you even see Satan in Doom 3? Is he even mentioned? He might be mentioned once or twice, but you never actually fight him. Oh, it just does mean it's computerized. It's not real. Demons aren't going to come out of your computer and start eating you because you're playing it, and not going to burn your soul. It just does mean in all these people like, oh, ban this, ban that, please do this, do that. It's like, we've got our own minds. If we want to play it, we'll play it. If we don't, we don't. I don't see why, because some fucking nuthead liberals think it's alright. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, God. Yeah, you can see I've got a problem with people who try and ban everything for everyone else. It does my head in sometimes. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of my rant. The takeaway message is, don't be a flamer. If you're a noob, ask for advice, or play single player games until you're at a point where you think you can manage playing against humans. And please, please do not become one of these people who bans games or anything violent just because you don't like it. Because it's not fair on everyone else. Not on me, not on my flatmates, not on anyone. Adios.